Mr. Prince exudes purpose-driven action, transforming life experiences into ventures that redefine possibilities and inspire change. His formation of the Ghetto Boys is a testament to his dedication to authenticity and giving voice to the unheard.
Mr. Prince, thanks for being here, brother. You command a tremendous amount of respect.
Likewise, bro. And Josh Dubin loves you too.
The dialogue touches on a mutual friend, Josh Dubin, known for his work with the Innocence Project. They then delve into Mr. Prince's ventures, reflecting his multi-dimensional approach.
Yeah, that's a true story. I got rid of the other set of Ghetto Boys. They couldn't relate to the subject matters I wanted them to write to. Real street things.
Mr. Prince explains his desire for genuine narratives reflecting real-life challenges, contrasting with the more superficial rap of the time.
Mine's Playing Tricks on Me. That's an unconventional song, and it shows a vulnerability.
Oh, most definitely. We wanted to make sure we tapped into everybody that didn't have a voice.
He shares how his brother, Sir Rap-A-Lot, motivated his entry into rap to offer a path away from street life.
How did you get started in the rap game?
I got in because of my brother. I didn't want my brother in the streets.
Mr. Prince's journey through music and boxing is a testament to how passion and purpose can create profound change. Though initially drawn into the music industry, his true love remained boxing. His aim was to give back to his community by building a boxing gym in the 5th Ward.
Boxing was my first love. I got distracted by the music game, but I always wanted to be a boxer. There weren't any gyms in 5th Ward, so I promised myself if I made it, I'd build one. And that's what I did.
Despite the allure of music, Mr. Prince's visionary approach led to unexpected opportunities. His prayer for a champion was answered in the form of Floyd Mayweather.
I prayed for a champion. I set up a meeting with Mike Tyson, but during that visit, I met Floyd Mayweather. I didn't know who he was at the time.
You were in business together within a week? That's crazy. You didn't even know who he was?
No idea. He was Pretty Boy Floyd then, not Money Mayweather.
This partnership with Mayweather demonstrated how relationships and relentless dedication can lead to unforeseen outcomes, reshaping careers and creating new legacies.
His style was so different back then, much more aggressive, and he had hand problems, right?
Yeah, we had to get a specialist to wrap his hands because he'd hurt them a lot.
His work ethic is amazing, unlike anything I've ever seen.
Mr. Prince's commitment to community and unwavering work ethic epitomize how purpose can transform lives and cities, offering inspiring possibilities through dedication. In a harrowing account, today's guest describes his decade-long ordeal battling against systemic corruption in law enforcement. It's a story of resilience in the face of persecution, as rogue officers seem determined to undermine him.
There was an officer, Chad Scott, who came at me looking like he was ready for war. After a routine stop, I found bullets missing from my gun. That just raised red flags everywhere.
Taking bullets like that sounds more like intimidation than law enforcement.
The harassment didn't stop there. The guest's street team faced aggressive encounters meant to instill fear. Through all this, his determination never wavered, even when they tried to frame him for possession.
They planted an ecstasy pill on me. They pressed for a confession, but I wouldn't give in. The pill's identity kept changing with each test. I refused to cop out for something I didn't do.
The persistence of the officers was met with an equally relentless pursuit of justice from the guest. For 10 long years, he faced continuous pressure, yet his focus remained on a singular mission, lifting his family out of poverty.
I told them, "You put a hit on me with rogue cops." I was in fear for my life, but I had to protect myself. This was survival.
It's hard to believe the lengths they'd go to just because you were resisting their narrative.
10 years. 10 years of this. But I survived, and I kept my purpose clear.
This ordeal is more than a personal battle. It's a testament to enduring purpose amidst adversity. Even as the system seems stacked against him, his story shines a light on resilience and the power of unwavering determination. The conversation captures the journey of a trailblazer in the southern rap scene, emphasizing the challenges faced in a New York-dominated industry. The guest's determination to be judged on talent rather than geography is a central theme.
One of the things that I know you're passionate about is raising up the South. Why is that?
In the beginning, it was a struggle. New Yorkers dominated our airwaves, dismissing us as too country. I stopped asking for permission and made believers out of them.
Despite the initial resistance, the guest's efforts helped the Ghetto Boys make a mark, earning respect and recognition even from skeptics.
The Ghetto Boys sound put 5th Ward on the map. It was undeniable.
We wrote, "We can't be stopped" during our struggle with enemies trying to block us. Every army needs a great general.
His efforts not only changed perceptions, but also elevated Southern rap's role. His metaphor likening the South to the meat in an East-West Coast sandwich underscores its central significance in hip-hop.
I'm very proud of where the South stands today. The East and West are the bread, but down South, we're the meat.
It's funny how the East Coast-West Coast rivalry was unique to rap. It never happened with rock and roll.
I was familiar with that beef. I even mediated a meeting between Puffy and Suge.
Through personal success and bridging gaps in the industry, the guest's journey illustrates how focused determination reshaped a genre and fostered more unity within the hip-hop community. The Ghetto Boys, pioneers of Southern hip-hop, emerged in the late 80s. They brought raw narratives of inner-city life to the forefront, showcasing struggles often overlooked by mainstream music.
When Willie D was here, I was like, you're a pioneer of a new art form. The Ghetto Boys emerged when hip-hop had only been around for a decade.
On the East and West Coast, they had major label access. In Houston, we had to figure it out on our own.
The guest elaborates on building the Ghetto Boys without major label support, highlighting the challenges and perseverance needed.
I laid the foundation in Houston by learning from trial and error. It was important to research and find talent like Scarface, Willie D, and Bushwick Bill. I met Scarface outside a club. He was playing his music for a DJ, and I was sold on the spot. The same with Willie D. Our shared barber connected us.
With unwavering dedication, the guest recruited each member. Their commitment resulted in a unique sound that placed Southern hip-hop on the map. Caught in the East Coast-West Coast rap feud, the guest navigated tumultuous times with a deep understanding of street dynamics.
You know, things just didn't add up properly. And I don't believe in stepping in between something when I don't have all the information. I went there and had a conversation with both Biggie and Puffy just to put them on notice that, this ain't the place to be right now.
Despite pressures, he remains committed to community upliftment, building a recreation center, boxing gym, and school to inspire future generations.
I'm a testimony. I try to be a voice of inspiration and hope for my community.
His resilience against anti-growth sentiments showcases a powerful narrative of redemption and empowerment. The discussion exposes harsh realities of the criminal justice system, where profitability overshadows humanity. The host compares prisons to a form of legal slavery, with strict drug laws ensuring cells remain full and profitable.
They're incentivized to get more people in jail. It's like legal slavery, using people as batteries to make money.
The guest describes blatant entrapment tactics used by authorities, undermining rehabilitation programs.
Police circle rehabilitation classes, trying to give people drugs to force a relapse. One person's time affects the whole family. This system creates victims of hate.
The host elaborates on the systemic game within law enforcement, where convictions trump truth.
Cops are playing a game to arrest a person and make charges stick. They withhold exonerating evidence and face no consequences.
This grim reality fosters a cycle of helplessness and hate. The culture of silence in law enforcement, as noted by the guest, prolongs corruption unchecked.
Some good cops exist, but many ignore corruption. They're as complicit as the corrupt ones.
The dialogue invites deep reflection on transparency and accountability, challenging us to confront these ingrained injustices. The conversation delves into systemic corruption within law enforcement, highlighting the urgent call for transparency. Both Schumacher and Chad Scott manipulated systems, planting evidence for personal gain.
They found evidence that I had told him about, yet significant punishment often evades them.
The host shares notorious examples of corrupt officers, underscoring systemic complicity.
There's a guy named Michael Dowd on my podcast. He watched cops murder somebody and was told to shut his mouth.
Despite a tainted environment, some remain steadfast in their pursuit of justice.
I may be paranoid to a certain extent, but I refuse to allow them to set me up.
The conversation explores the suspicion and scrutiny successful individuals from marginalized communities face, despite their positive contributions. The host highlights how authorities try to undermine these achievers.
They keep going to the hood, setting up community centers and boxing gyms.
The guest shares insights on systemic biases, noting how agencies attempt to discredit these individuals.
Their blueprint is to destroy unleashing agencies to dismantle success.
The discussion shifts to symbolism, specifically the owl connected to Drake, representing strength and wisdom.
Owls are fierce predators, swooping in at night.
They're cold-blooded, taking down prey. We imagine them as wise, but they're out there.
The host praises the guest's endeavors, affirming the impact of his work in his book and wine collection.
Everyone, check out The Art and Science of Respect and Loyalty Wine. This Cabernet is fantastic.
Jay Prince shares insights on integrity and teamwork, crucial elements in his successful career. His approach is rooted in the belief that actions speak louder than words.
I got blessed beyond my expectations by keeping my word.
His commitment to promises illustrates foundational trust, a value instilled by observing his parents. The idea that more is caught than taught underscores his philosophy.
Like, that's rare. When a guy like Willie D is like, okay, he respects you so much.
This unifying vision wasn't just limited to music. Mr. Prince's acumen led to a thriving car dealership, showcasing his business insight and integrity.
I became the #1 car seller profit-wise.
In an intense conversation, our guest sheds light on the glaring lack of integrity within the criminal justice system, focusing on systemic failures.
Larry Hoover, for example, has changed inside. But they don't want to give him the opportunity to be free.
The host reflects on the wisdom and positive changes such individuals undergo, yet remain unrecognized.
The system is just crazy that it's so unforgiving.
Their discussion turns to the fundamental flaws in rehabilitation efforts within prisons.
There's no thought put into rehabilitating.
They delve into historical issues of oppression, drawing a comparison with a flawed educational institution.
Imagine a university where no one graduated any smarter.
The guest expresses skepticism towards political promises, emphasizing mixed signals affecting communities.
It's hard for me to just jump on a bandwagon when I see mixed signals.
Concluding the discussion, both agree on the necessity for profound reform within the criminal justice system.
This is a terrible scenario with criminal justice.
The conversation begins with a reflection on the missed opportunity of a fight between Andre Ward and Canelo Alvarez. Both fighters, in their prime, would have signified a monumental boxing match.
You know, it was a lot of millions he walked away from, because he was the guy that made the most sense. If Canelo is going to have a light heavyweight super fight, it's Andre Ward.
Canelo's evolution after his fight with Floyd Mayweather stood out, marking his transition into a more formidable boxer.
Who are you liking in that fight? I would never bet against Andre Ward. I don't know if I bet against Canelo right now, though. He's a beast. Canelo is a different human being post-Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather's strategic choices, favoring high-profile, low-risk matches, are discussed as a tactic to prolong his lucrative career.
Do you think it's crazy now that he's fighting YouTube stars and shit, though? I mean, he's making a lot of money.
It's brilliant in that regard. Like the Conor McGregor fight. It's good business moves, and he's older than this guy, and he's smaller than that guy.
The discourse wraps up acknowledging how both Canelo and Mayweather, in different ways, embody strategic mastery. Canelo in honing his skills and Mayweather in deftly managing his career trajectory. In Japan, the love for mismatched fights captures audience attention, where boxers like Floyd Mayweather thrive in exhibitions.
In Japan, they love those fights where there's a mismatch in size, like with Floyd Mayweather and the lighter kickboxer.
The discussion transitions to managing and promoting fighters, where the guest highlights their dedication to guiding boxers like Shakur Stevenson.
Oh yeah, I have Shakur Stevenson among others. It's a passion project for me.
The complex relationship between management and promotion is explored, with emphasis on protecting fighters from conflicts.
The issue with Bob Arum and Terence Crawford, that turned my stomach. Crawford could be one of the all-time greats.
Terence Crawford is a stone-cold killer. You should be singing his praises.
The episode ends by showcasing the intricate balance required to navigate the business of boxing. Stories of Muhammad Ali and Ike Ibiabuchi highlight the juxtaposition of potential and external challenges in boxing. Ali's charismatic journey was marred by financial missteps.
He was a special guy, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned from his life.
Holmes' fight with Ali and Meldrick Taylor's experience with Julio Cesar Chavez emphasized the physical and reputational costs of boxing.
That's the thing about boxing, is you pay for it with your health.
Ike Ibiabuchi's story as a powerhouse disrupted by legal issues serves as a poignant reminder of untapped potential.
Ikabuchi, yes. That's a heavyweight I would have really liked. Oh my god. He's a beast, right?
In a discussion about legendary comebacks, boxers like Tyson and Holyfield are highlighted for their enduring spirit as they return to the ring in their 50s.
What do you think about these guys that have decided to fight again in their 50s?
I enjoyed the last fight. It's different, but I like it as long as they don't jump in with these younger guys.
Holyfield's resolve is legendary, and his historical bouts are remembered fondly. The conversation shifts to James Toney's technical prowess and vibrant personality.
James Toney's a technical beast.
Modern discussion shines on Claressa Shields, an Olympic gold medalist embracing mixed martial arts, showcasing her transition and training with John Jones.
She's training with John Jones and learning the wrestling, the takedown defense. She's going to have such an advantage with
Floyd Mayweather's commitment to his craft sets him apart. His dedication to maintaining peak fitness is evident even in social settings. Despite being surrounded by distractions, his focus never wavers.
A guy like Floyd never got out of shape. He would party but never drank or smoked. He'd sit back, observe, and watch the movement.
Observing becomes a crucial part of his training, keeping him ready for the next battle. His family's influence and heritage in boxing further enrich his discipline.
Having his uncle and father, both world-class fighters, must have made a huge impact.
Absolutely. The knowledge and talent in the family made him keenly observant. He had to spar with Roger, learning to protect himself from the best.
Mayweather's journey underscores a relentless work ethic, a consistent formula shared by all who achieve greatness in any field.
It's all about that work ethic. Greatness is maintained through consistent effort.
Beyond boxing, there's an interest in new challenges, such as the wine business, linked to Mayweather's disciplined exploration of new ventures.
What's your preference, Merlot or Cabernet?
And both of them. Let's try some cab.
The journey into wine is fueled by curiosity and an open mind toward its health benefits, adding another layer to his diverse pursuits.
I heard Dr. Red Duke on the health benefits of wine and got sold on it.
Mayweather's ventures into international business, including partnerships in Paris, further illustrate his multifaceted approach to life.
You've got that connection with Paris, huh?
Oh yes. I even have a heavyweight fighter, Tony Yoko, from there.
This cross-cultural and multi-industry engagement reflects the same dedication he brings to boxing, proving that practice, discipline, and diversification drive him forward. Floyd Mayweather faced a pivotal decision in his career when initially hesitating to fight the formidable Diego Corrales. Despite 4 hours of persuasion from his manager, he initially refused, worried about the timing.
So he heard me out, but he wasn't embracing that. No, Jay. Ain't time to do that right now.
Floyd's mindset shifted after reflecting on his manager's strategic advice. Ultimately, he decided to trust in this counsel.
Yo, Jay. I hired you. You know, as my manager. And if you think I should fight him, I'll fight him.
With no immediate fight date available, a bold publicity stunt was devised. The plan was to spark interest by creating a spectacle at a press conference.
Here's what we're going to do. During the press conference, we're going to surround Diego. I want you to come and just push him.
I always wonder when I see those kinds of altercations, how many of those are coordinated.
Quite a few, I would say. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. Why wouldn't you? You know, it's marketing.
This strategic move not only led to a set fight date, but also set the stage for Floyd's decisive victory over Corrales, showcasing his unmatched talent.
Boxing is a sport of being hit, or hitting rather, and not being hit. Floyd is the very best ever at that.
Post-fight, respect among fighters continued to weave through their stories. Prince admired Corrales' heart and even signed him while he was in prison, showing the bonds forged in the ring.
I fell in love with Diego Corrales' heart afterwards. I went in prison and signed Diego Corrales.
Did you really? Wow.
Tragically, Corrales later died in an accident near Prince's residence, adding a poignant chapter to their The conversation delves into the power of self-education, with the guest emphasizing the transformative journey of learning beyond traditional schooling. He highlights how diving into books like Think and Grow Rich reshaped his life and business.
You know, came from a place that they came from. You know what I mean? I didn't have that, but I figured out how to do it.
That's self-education. It is education. Yeah, you can get a tremendous education from books.
The guest shares how these insights led him to reconstruct his company, achieving independence and success despite external doubts.
I've been a praying man. I always pray for wisdom, knowledge, and education. And when that book, you know, came in my hand, I felt like it was answered prayer. I, reconstructed my whole company at Rap-A-Lot. You know, I went and, ended up buying out my partner. So against all odds, I bought him out. And the banker, the distributor, everybody was trying to discourage me. And everybody was saying, I'm gonna be out of business in 6 months. And within them 6 months, I had set up a record in Rap-A-Lot that had never been set before financially.
That's beautiful. Did you get inspired by any other books after that?
He further explores the significance of universal laws, particularly in The Master Key, noting how these concepts align with his understanding of success.
The Master Key. You know, I love that book. It's another great one. That's another one that really taught me about the universal laws of life. If you understand the law of attraction, you understand the power of your mind that you can dream of these things and execute a work ethic behind the law of attraction.
Turning to religious texts, the guest underscores how Proverbs from the Bible is integral to his journey, blending ancient wisdom with modern success.
Well, we definitely can't leave out the Word of God. You know what I mean? The Bible, for example, Proverbs is one of my favorites.